Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey, and today these are the beautiful bracelets that I will be making. Most of the components came from GGC's most recent treasure bag, and that is her Summer Fun treasure bag, and I received the roses and lavender version of that treasure bag. And if you are interested in her treasure bags, and I definitely think you should be, I will have all the information in the description box below. Keep in mind that she does not have a monthly subscription, but what she does have is a notification list. And I really think you should get signed up for that notification list, because when she puts her treasure bags up for sale, they sell out very quickly. And it's pretty easy to see why. They are usually pretty amazing. And what she does is a day or so before she releases them, she sends out an email notification. That way you will be all ready once they go for sale. So if you would like to see how these bracelets came about, then stay tuned. I'm going to start with the tools that I will be using. I have one set of cutters, one size 10 beading needle, one thread zap 2, and I want to briefly mention my tool set. It is the Casual Comfort tool set, and as the name suggests, these tools are so comfortable. A lot of times, for whatever reason, jewelry making tools will be just a little bit small like this, and these Casual Comfort tools just seem to be made for adult size hands. And you can see the grips are quite a bit larger too. I just honestly at this point, I can't imagine using anything else. So I will have my tool set listed below, along with everything that I use in the video that did not come from the treasure bag. I'm also using 8-pound Fireline in the color Crystal. And it is this white color, and as you can see, I am running out. And something to point out, I usually get the 125 yards just because I go through it so quickly. And obviously, since I'm running out, I was looking to order some more. And for the first time that I've seen, they now come in 300 yards. And I mean, it's a little bit more expensive, obviously, because you're getting a little bit more product. But I got so excited. So you can see it's I don't know, I guess it's the same size spool, or maybe it's just a slightly different, looks the same size, but double the product. So I'm very excited. So hopefully they keep offering this, and I will start ordering the 300 yards from now on. But they come in both, as you can see. And I will also link below the opening video I did, both for this treasure bag and the last treasure bag, because from this treasure bag, I am using these absolutely gorgeous rose quartz beads. Just love, love, love that pale pink color, just beautiful. And of course, these are from the current treasure bag, the Summer Fun treasure bag, and I'm also using these 4mm crystal rondelles. These are from the most recent previous treasure bag, the Denim Nights treasure bag, and I just think these are absolutely beautiful, bright and shiny, and of course I just think these pair really nicely together. But I will link both openings in the description box. For my own stash, I have a toggle clasp, and I have 3 different sizes of seed beads. I have an 8/0, an 11/0, and a 15/0. All right, and I have already threaded my needle. Currently, I have about a wingspan of thread on my needle, where I just kind of hold it out as wide as my hands can go, and that's how much I have on here. So here's how we begin. So I'm going to start with 6 each, alternating with the 8/0 seed beads and the 4mm crystals. I'm going to push that down to the bottom of the thread, and you only need enough space to tie a knot, so I'm holding it like this, and I'm going to go back through every one of these with my needle, just like that, and pull it through. And when you pull that one through, that'll make it go in a nice circle. Once you get it in that circle, you're just going to tie a knot. So do it one more time, over, under, just to make it a knot. I'm gonna pull it kind of snug. I'm gonna take my cutters and get as close as I can, cut the tail of that thread off, and then I'm gonna take my thread zap, push the button, let it heat up for a second, and then melt that nub down. So now we should have the thread coming out of our circle here. So I'm gonna go through the 8/0, just the first one right next to it. All right, and here's where I'm coming out. Pick up 4 11/0s and go into the next 8/0, just like that. And we're gonna do this all the way around. Pick up 4 more, go into the next one, just like that, and work your way all the way around. All right, so I picked up the last set of 4 for this one, going back through the 8/0 that I started at. All right, and that's what we should have right now. And we're coming out this 8/0. So I want it to be fairly secure, so I'm actually going to take my thread and go back through all of these 11/0s and 8/0s until I get back to this point. All right, so here I am coming out of the 8/0, and now this is all nice and secure. So I'm gonna go back through these 11/0s, but I'm going to stop after the third one. So I'm gonna go through the first 3, and I'm coming out in between the third and fourth one, starting over here. And now I'm gonna put on the clasp that goes on this end. So I pick up 2 8/0s, and I'm gonna go back through the 2 11/0s in the center, right there. Just like that, and I'm gonna go around both of them again through the 8/0s, back through the 11/0s. So back through the 8/0s, down through the 11/0s. Back through the 8/0s again. All right, just like that. So now I've picked up 2 11/0s, an 8/0 and an 11/0. And I'm gonna take one end of the toggle clasp, either one, go through the loop, and pull it all the way down to the bracelet. And I'm gonna go back through the 11/0 at the top and the 8/0, and just that, and pull it snug. And if you hold on to the clasp and pull it, it'll go pretty snug. So it should look like that. Pick up 2 more 11/0s and go back through the 2 8/0s, and it should go around just like that. And now I'm gonna go back all the way around that again. So back through the 2 11/0s over here, the 8/0 and the 11/0, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through the loop on the toggle clasp. And then when I go back down, I'm gonna go back down through the 11/0, the 8/0, and then the 2 11/0s going the opposite way, just like that, and then back through the 2 8/0s. So that clasp on the end there should be nice and secure. So now I'm gonna go back down through the 2 11/0s that are on the component, and now I need to make my way around to the 8/0 that's on the side. All right, so here's where we are. I'm coming out of this 8/0 that's on the side in comparison to where the clasp is. So I'm in between these 2 8/0s over here. So on the side here, I'm coming out. So now we're gonna work on the embellishment that goes across the top. So you're gonna pick up 2 15/0s, an 11/0, one of the 6mm rounds. I have the rose quartz, 11/0, 2 15/0s, just like that. And from the 8/0 on top, you're gonna go to the 8/0 across. Just like that. And it should lay across like that. Pick up 2 more 15/0s, and you're gonna go back through the 11/0, the 6mm round, and the 11/0. Be careful not to go through the 15/0s on this side. All right, so I am right-handed, so I'm going to just flip it around. And you can see on this side, you have both of the lines of 15/0 over there. And I'm coming out right here. And if you kind of hold on the 6mm, you can pull the string and it kind of tightens it up. And you pick up 2 more 15/0s and go through this side of the 8/0, just like that. And there it is. So pretty. So now we're coming out of the 8-0 over here, and we're going to make our way to the front now because this component is finished. So now we're going to work on the next component. So right now I'm coming out of this 8-0, and just like we did with the clasp, we're going to come through and come out the third one, just like that. So now we're coming out here at the top, ready to connect our next one. So we're going to pick up 2 8-0s and go back through the 2 11-0s. And then we're going to make that circle again just to tighten it up. Go back through the 2 8-0s, hang on to them and kind of pull the string. And one more time through the 2 11-0s. So we're coming out of the 2 11-0s right there, and we're going to go back through the 2 8-0s, just like that. Now you're going to pick up 2 11-0s, a 6mm, and 2 11-0s, and then go back through the 2 8-0s. Sometimes you have to just adjust it a little bit. All right, I'm going to go through that again, through the 2 11-0s, through the 6mm, and then back around, through the 2 8-0s, up through the 2 11-0s. So this time we're going to go back through the 6mm, and now pick up 2 11-0s, 2 8-0s, 2 11-0s, and go back through the other side of the 6mm, just like that. And then I'm going to go back through that again. So I'm going to flip it back through the 11-0s, through the 8-0s at the top, through the 11-0s going down the other way. So now it should look like this. You're coming out of the 11-0 just like that. You're going to pick up an 8-0 and go through the 2 11-0s at the bottom there of the component. And that 8-0 should pop right in. Go through the 8-0s there at the bottom, and then back up the 2 11-0s on this side. And same thing over here, you're coming out right where that gap is. Pick up an 8-0 and go through the 2 11-0s there at the top. And then from here, you're going to go out the 8-0s right there. And these are the 2 alternating components completed. So from here, I'll show you how to start this component again, and then it gets repetitive where you just go back and forth and back and forth. So I'll show you how to attach or to start another one of these larger components. So from here, coming out of the 8-0s there at the end, you're going to pick up 2 11-0s and go through the 8-0s just like that, and then make another circle through the 11-0s, back through the 8-0s, through the 11-0s again. And now we are coming out of the beginning of the next component, these 2 11-0s. So you pick up an 11-0, a 4mm crystal, and an 11-0. And go back through the 2 11-0s there at the end. And it should look like that. I'm going to go back up this 11-0 right here on the side that we just added. And then through the 4mm crystal, just like this. So coming out of this crystal, we need to add alternating the 8-0s and the crystal, but this time we do have 6 of the 8-0s, but we only have 5 of the crystals because we already have one of the crystals on here. Go through the opposite side of the crystal, just like that, and I'm going to make that loop again to make it more secure. So I made my way around a second time, and I'm now coming out of this 8-0 right here. So this part is pretty important because we're now going to be adding the new 11-0s, but before we do that, coming out of this 8-0 right here, you want to go through the 4 11-0s that are already on it. And that will secure this beginning of the new component to the 4 11-0s. So go through the 2 at the bottom. I'm going to flip it because again, I'm right-handed, so constantly flipping my projects when I'm working on them. So make it secure, pull it snug. Coming out of the 2 there at the bottom, going back up this one on the side, and then through the next 8-0. All right, so now once you have gone back through that set of 4, it's made it more secure and a lot more snug up against that crystal right there. So now it's very repetitive where you're going to make the component just like you did down here. So you're going to pick up the next 4 11-0s, go through the next 8-0, just like that, and make your way around. All right, so I've made my way around with the 11-0s, and now I've gone to the point where I'm coming out the side here, and I start with the component here on the center. So yes, if you need to go back in the video where I added the center component and then connected it to the next smaller unit, you can certainly do that. We will meet back up when we get to the other end to add the other clasp. All right, here it is. So as you can see, for me, I put 5 of the larger components and then 5 of the smaller components. And to show you the length as of right now, so for the beads of the actual bracelet, it stops right here at about 6 inches. And then when you add the clasp on this side, the clasp on that side, it's going to be about 7 inches because of course the toggle overlaps. So we're going to add the other end of the clasp on this side, and we are coming out of the 2 8-0s at the end of the smaller component. So you're going to pick up 2 11-0s, an 8-0, and another 11-0, and go through the loop in the other end of the clasp. Pull it all the way down. And then you're going to go through the 11-0 and the 8-0, and that's it, and then pull it through. And of course you want to pull it kind of snug. And then pick up 2 more 11-0s, go through the opposite end of those 8-0s on the end, just like that. And now we're going to go around it again to secure it. So back through the 2 11-0s, the 8-0 and the 11-0, through the loop in the toggle clasp, and then back through the 11-0, 8-0, and then the opposite 2 11-0s, and pull it snug. And then back through the 2 8-0s at the top, just like that. So now I'm gonna go down the 2 11-0s right here on the component and the 8-0, and I'm gonna make a knot right here. So I'm gonna go underneath between the 8-0 thread and the 6mm round. And then when you get the loop here, pull it through the loop. And you wanna make sure the knot falls in between those 2 beads, nice and snug. And then one more time to make it a knot. You get the loop again, go through the loop, pull it nice and snug. And get your cutters, get as close as you can, and cut. Then you get the thread zap, push the button for it to heat up, melt it a little bit, and there it is. And here is the final bracelet. Oh, that is so pretty. Just so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna clean it up here. And here it is. I went ahead and put it on. I absolutely love it. It is so pretty. The light's a little bright, but I absolutely love it. And I've actually made this in several colors. This is a pattern I came up with a little while ago, and when I opened this particular treasure bag, I was like, this is perfect. These rose quartz, I mean, they just deserve to be a standout in a piece. And they pair so nicely with those crystals. So I'll show you a few others. So here is another color scheme that I made, and I have to say, I think this green plays off the brown so nicely. And as you can see, these are simply 4mm pearls and 6mm pearls. So this could be a very standard pattern if you weren't able to get the treasure box. It still looks absolutely beautiful. And for this one, of course, I used a magnet clasp. And then here's another one and another toggle clasp. And here's a blue one that I did. Same pattern, but this one I made a little bit shorter, and just to show that it can vary depending on the size, for this one I used 5 of the larger components and then only 4 of the smaller components. So on either end there is a larger component. So you can see, compared to the other ones, obviously the length is a little bit longer. So if you're somebody like me and you sell bracelets, so you need to make, a variety of sizes and different lengths, then this would be a good way to make it just a little bit shorter. So again, very nice. And then here is the last one that I've made so far. I'll probably make a few more in different colors. And this one, of course, has a lobster clasp, and I made this one in the shorter way as well, with the 5, and then, of course, the 4 smaller components on the inside. So I have several different colors here, and I just think this is an absolutely beautiful pattern. And like I said, just plays into this particular treasure bag so nicely. So I'm gonna set these up on a display and see if we can see them just a little better. All right, so here they are, and I absolutely love them. Like I said, I came up with this pattern a while ago, and when I opened the treasure bag, I was just like, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect, and I'm so happy that I did. I absolutely love these gemstones in here, these rose quartz, and of course the 4mm crystals. I just think they're absolutely beautiful, and even coming from different treasure bags, they just go together so well. I can't recommend her treasure bags enough. But again, like I said in the video, if you don't have the treasure bags, this pattern is really easy to replicate if you have 4mm beads, 6mm beads, and of course a variety of seed beads. It's a very easy pattern to do. So once again, if you are interested in the treasure bags, I will have all that information in the description box below. And like I said before, she does not have a monthly subscription, but you do want to get signed up for her notification list, because you do not want to miss it when she puts her treasure bags up for sale. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos just like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I absolutely love reading my comments. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.